guys, it is Rachel here. Welcome back to our channel. Before we get into it, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see more content like this. Even though you don't know what this video is yet, but you know, we'll go on. This is a review on the new Bperfect Carnival XL Pro palette. It's a review and tutorial, so I created this eye look. I mentioned later, but I'm incredibly sick. So I didn't put on lashes because I know I'm gonna have to wipe this off pretty soon. But other than that, I think it's probably gonna be a decent video. So yeah, let's jump into this and you can see my thoughts on the palette. First I'm going to prime. I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is use the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I normally hate using concealers as eye primer, but I want to test this out as an eye base because Yuki here on YouTube says that she really likes it as an eyeshadow primer, and it's really inexpensive. It's a lot cheaper than my ABH eye primer, so we're going to test this out. It's pretty matte, so it might last pretty well. I think shadows blend fine over top of it. We'll just have to see if it creases. That's normally the issue, is that concealers crease really bad on me. So I'm going to blend it out with this like old brush. I have no idea where it's from. Probably like an Amazon brush, but I'm going to clean up under my brows as well with that. And then just pat it in with my brush. And first I'm going to go in with the shade Showboat, which is this really pretty like tealy green right here. And I'm going to blend that in the crease, or pack that on into the crease with this BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. It's just a pencil brush. I'm going to put this in like a circular shape. I'm really sick, so I don't, what's it called? Oh, like a rounded shape. But I'm just going to pack that into the crease first, and then we'll blend it a little bit later. And then I'm just going to take it and go like this with it, because that helps me keep the shape. Make Me Up Missa, I think is how you pronounce it. I always want to say Misa, but I know it's Missa because her name's Melissa. But she always does that with her shadows to keep the shape, to show that it's rounded. It helps, like, it's like a guide, and that helps me a little bit too. So I have fallout all over my face from this dark shade, so just ignore that. I'll wipe it away later. On this Morphe Nameless brush, I'm going to take the shade Y though, which is this light, very light, like pastel-y teal color. And I'm going to blend out the edges with that. Back in with the same pencil brush, I'm going to repack on some more of the shade Showboat, which was the original teal color. And then with this big old Morphe Jaclyn Hill 30 brush, I'm going to take the shade Y though again and blend out the edges so I can get it as close to my brow bone as possible, because we all know I really like shadows blended into my brow bone. And on that same little pencil brush, I'm going to take the shade Nuke, which is just this really dark kind of tealy shade. I think it's supposed to be similar to the shade Envy in the last Bperfect palette, but I don't think it's as green. It's got more of like a black base, kind of. A black gray base. And I'm going to pack it just a little bit lower than the shade Showboat. And then back in with the big fluffy blending brush and taking just a touch of Showboat and blend that over top. And this is another one of those nameless Morphe brushes. God, I don't know what's up with this stupid camera. Like, ugh, I gotta slouch. It's like a flat, kind of like fluffier packer brush, I guess. I'm going to take the shade Cargo, which is right here. It's this dark gray. It's got kind of some like tealy reflex in it. And I'm going to pack that all over the lid, but I'm going to spray it this time with just this Ofra setting spray. It got everywhere, and so I'm trying to see if maybe I can tone it down a little. Okay, yeah, that helped a ton with the fallout. I recommend spraying the brush there. So I'm going to do my lower lash line now as well. So I'm just going to take this same Makeup Revolution concealer. And then just take a dry, dirty beauty blender because I'm just doing the lower lash line and blending it out. I'll have to clean up right under here with the makeup wipe because there's like black smudged everywhere. But I'm just going to take that Nameless Morphe brush in the shade Y though again, which is that very light tealy color that we used to blend out the original color, and blend it on the lower lash line. I'm going to take the shade Nuke again, which was that the darkest matte that we used, and pack it right on, I guess, the lash line as kind of a liner. And then I am going to mix it with the black shade Lights Out in the palette. And then take our blending brush and blend that line out a little. And then on this Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush, it's like a flat packer brush, I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer and put it on my inner corner, just a touch. Then I'm going to take the shade Ecstasy, which is the neon green, and pop that into my inner corner. Then lastly, on this Unicorn Cosmetics like mini packer brush, I'm going to take the shade Fair Play, which is the highlighter, the lightest highlighter in the corner here, and highlight my brow bone with that. There's my little eye look here. I'm going to pop off camera and do my base and my lashes. I'll let you know what all I use and all of that, and then I'll be back to let you guys know our final thoughts on this palette. Okay, so I just oh Jesus. Okay, so I just finished up my makeup. I didn't put on lashes because I'm suddenly getting this really bad pressure in my head and in my ears, and it's ringing really loud, and so I can't tell if I'm yelling. I don't know what's going on. This whole sick thing, I've never had anything like this before. So I just put on some mascara because I'm gonna have to take this off as soon as we film our other videos because I'm in a lot of pain right now. So sorry about that. But my final thoughts on the new Bperfect Carnival palette. So, hold on. So here's the size comparison to the last one, and the last one's big already, okay, mind you. So here's the original, and here's the extra large. And then I'll show you the color story as well. You guys know this is one of our favorite palettes. We've had this for a while, and we're hitting pan on a lot of the shades. And here is the color story on the second one. So they've got similar color stories, but this one obviously has some more colors. This one has more greens and more highlighters in it. The formula, however, is a little bit different. It's still great. I'm not going to pretend like it's not good anymore. It's just a little bit harder pressed. So there's still a ton of pigment, but there's not as much kick up on a lot of the shades. On the blues, I did notice a bunch of kick up like the last one, but there's not as much kick up. There's not as much kick up on this new palette, and I do love how big the mirror is. It's nice and large, and the shadows are still super pigmented. They blend beautifully. They're just harder pressed, which is nice because I don't think you'll run through them as fast. But God, I love this palette. This is like, the original ones are Holy Grail, so you can imagine this one's gonna be even better. It's got a few of the original shades in there, but some of them are a little bit different, like Keen and Shuffle. Keen is this yellow here, and Shuffle is the more like mustardy yellow up there. And they're different from the original palette, like the colors are. Keen is like a more true yellow in the last palette, and Shuffle is more of an orange, and this one, Shuffle's more of a mustardy, kind of pukey color, and Keen is more like what Shuffle was in the other palette. So the shades are a little bit different, but I think it'll be nice to be able to, you know, have some new shades. I like the neutrals in this newer palette more, and I like the packaging a lot more. It's much more like fun and sleek. But I love this palette. I think it's probably worth it. If you don't want to buy the huge one, you can get the original Bperfect palette. Because if you guys know us at all, this is our Holy Grail favorite palette. If we were to get rid of all of our makeup and only keep one palette, this would be the one we would keep. Or the original, probably this one now because it's got more colors. But I love this palette. I'm sorry that this tutorial wasn't perfect. I wasn't able to put on lashes or anything, and I didn't do my base on camera, but again, I'm just so sick and I can't do that right now. I'm trying to get some videos out because we pre-filmed a ton before vacation, but now we're kind of catching up to it, and we need to be able to push more videos out, so I'm just suffering through today, you know, and then we'll be good. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye!